Well, good morning, YouTube, or good afternoon, depending on when I post this. Probably good evening, the way I am. But I'm here to get an MRI on my knee, which is, it's a bitch getting old. It's in bad shape. So I'm here a little bit early, which is my standard operating procedure. And yeah, I thought I'd take a second and talk a little bit about the trigger press on your firearm. Because a lot of people, it's very, very common for people to anticipate, and that's what I want to talk about. A couple things about your trigger press. When I want you to imagine that you're at the range and you already understand the concept of your front sight, and so you got your front sight lined up with your target. Let's say it's 25 yards out, whatever. And you've got your finger on the trigger because you're going to go ahead and let a round fly. One thing I want to impress upon you is, you see this little line right here? It's hard for me to show you. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can do this way. You see this little line right here? You never want to have any more than this front pad on the trigger right here. If you have this crease or beyond it, you've got way too much finger on the trigger, and your rounds are going to go off to the right of your target, or the left if you're left-handed. That's item one. The important thing I want to stress upon you is the trigger press itself. When you're target practicing and you're building up muscle memory, you can think these things through. And then in a real situation, a life or death situation, they certainly happen a lot faster than this. I mean, you're not going to sit there and consciously think of, do I have enough finger on the trigger? Do I have too much finger on the trigger? So this is just to build up that muscle memory. So I need you to always, when you start to shoot, you should be shooting at least once every other month at least. Shooting is a perishable skill. You can be an expert shot today, and then if you don't shoot for 6 months, you could end up all over the map and have to, work at getting back to your tight shot groups. So, where was I? Okay, so you got your target lined up, you got your front sight, you know where everything's at, you got just the right amount of finger on the trigger. You take a breath, exhale halfway, hold it while you're squeezing, and then you squeeze the round off. The thing I'm trying to impress upon you is the actual shot being fired. If you're doing it right, that should be a total surprise to you. In other words, you should not anticipate. And anticipating the shot is such a common problem. And, it's not a natural thing for humans to have explosions going off, inches from their face. So, unless you live in, like, Afghanistan or something. But, we tend to grimace. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating this, but if you had somebody videotape you, or you videotape somebody else shooting, especially somebody that's not used to shooting, a new shooter, they'll tighten up, they'll close their eyes, they'll do all these weird things because they're anticipating that shot. When I'm instructing, one of the things I love to do is I like to put dummy rounds, mix them up with the live rounds, and then you can see who's anticipating or not, because they'll have a slow trigger press, and all of a sudden they'll jerk it and kind of tighten up, and the barrel of the weapon will move to the right because they're jerking it, because they're waiting for that explosion and that loud noise. A well executed firing of your weapon, that shot going off should be a total surprise to you. You should be focusing on your front sight and your trigger press. You should not be anticipating that shot. All that's going to do is screw you up. You should, by the time that round goes off, there should be a little part of your brain going, oh shit, I didn't know that round was going to explode like that, or that there was going to be that loud noise. Let it be a total surprise. And if you focus on that really consciously while you're training, it will become second nature to you to fire the weapon without anticipating the recoil and without anticipating the loud noise. That is my Wednesday message to you. Other than that, I hope they figure out what the fuck's going on with my knee, because brothers and sisters, it hurts. Now that's my bad knee, so I got 6 screws in the, or 4 screws in the knee and 10 screws in the tibia and a rod from the knee to the ankle. So it's my bad side, but oh my God, I think I had about 10 minutes of sleep last night. It's just agony. Uh-oh, I hear sirens. I think the pigs have found me. Listen, I gotta duck out of here. LMS Tactical, I'm out.